Welcome to an unknown journey where I'm taking a very uncomfortable step of being vulnerable about the things that I'm dealing with in my psyche and talking to the one person that is the most invested in my success or failure, in my journey of who I become and how much of my potential that I tap into before it rests in the grave forever. I'm talking about my beautiful, lovely, biting wife, who is not this, but rather behind the camera. And
Hey
what I'd
guys.
love for you to do, honey, is just ask me questions about the things that I share with you openly about some of the challenges that I'm going through and trying to grow through. Lately, we have achieved something that I never had in my life, which is the breathing room to stop always running, stop always like either traveling or worrying about expenses and bills. And for the first time, I have also uh, savings and enough capital to not need to work for a year. At our burn rate, we have about 12 months of funds that we can just not do anything else with. And I'd like to, I thought about buying a Bitcoin when the Bitcoin price dropped to like 45% from the all-time high. And I realized that the greatest investment is within ourselves. And I want to do that. I want to utilize both the capital that we have and the kittens and the time, the breathing room. Because growing up, it was about school, med school, and then dropping out of med school was about trying to make it financially, trying to pay back my debt, trying to pay back my parents, trying to establish uh, myself as the eldest son, as big brother, as a guardian for my relatives, or all of these sense of like I have to be something. And finding now this cozy little life that we have of having staff, having all the supporting players in our lives, from maids to drivers to trainers to editors to personal assistants to kittens. Oh, sorry. Um, parents doing well, brothers are pretty good. I mean, there's not much more financially I can do for them that would be healthy, and I can just be a connected brother.
So what's bothering you?
Yes, let's get to the heart of the matter. I've always wanted this, which is for a long time. I thought like once I get to a certain level, I'd love to arrange an environment like this second apartment that we have to push myself to really discover the capabilities of who I could be, what I could bring to life, um, what it's possible for a person to achieve if they truly are willing to go through the journey of growth. And I fantasize about like a big warehouse where it was just open space, blackboards, whiteboards, gym, and like a bed, and like I would be trapped there, and I would just work through the possibilities in my head of trying to figure out and strategize and that sort of thing. Today, on the way to the gym, and this morning, I was watching some things about like high level CEOs talking about the number one thing that you can do to expand your business, your empire, is figure out how to tap into other people's talents, like hiring the right people as a team. And and I realized, so I saw that in the morning, and then later when I was going to the gym, just staring out the window, I deliberately did not want to scroll. I was like, I need headspace. I need to just like ponder and let my mind figure things out. And I realized, and I wrote it in notes for the first time, the limiting barrier, or the limiting factor, or the simply put, the solutions to my problems were, or financial problems or career problems or ambitious problems, were not in my head. Like I was not the limiting variable. What I mean by that is like very unintelligent people or just everyday people now can achieve a lot. I don't need to be the brains and the solver of everything. Richard Branson, who is dyslexic, other people that just built a team, managed a team. There's other skill sets that can produce results. And so what that tells me is that working on the business or as the diary of a CEO founder guy, he said something that stuck with me, which is focus on the factory, not the car. So meaning like the factory that makes the car, if you design the factory well, instead of focusing on the product, you focus on the system. So there's so much areas of my life that is not in a growth oriented way.
What do you think? What might help?
I want to use the capital that we have, the time that we have, to create the environment, which some of it is this second apartment just for work and workout, but the systems, the personnels, the things that I don't even know that I need, but I know that like when I'm working on the small day-to-day things, I feel like, oh, this isn't gonna get me far. Like I'm just going in a loop of like just going to the next day in order to there's a great concept and book called 10x is easier than 2x. If you're trying to double your income, you will think in a way of like, okay, how do I get a 10% increased salary this year and then over X amount of, I think, 7 years of compounded 10% increase, you would have doubled your income. Or if you think, how do I 10x my income? Your thinking will be totally different and you'll do things that will like that would not be on the path to 2x. The 10x path is very different. So one of the big problems, and I'm trying to figure out what the problem is also in my open conversation discovery process with you, the things that I have always done, I'm continuing to do now. From the same type of people I speak to the same methodologies that I use for business, to the same like I have just as an example, I have started and stopped working out more than probably 20 times. And I've not gotten to breakthrough results. So if I keep going in the same like pond of what I know from the clientele to the business models to there isn't a huge leap in my knowledge or expertise that I've gained in the past few years. Like it's just been so incremental, so small of like, okay, like I'm learning how to speak a little bit better. I'm learning this tool to do a presentation better. Or
So, what's your expectation from here?
I thought about going on this adventure alone, like talking to myself and trying to put all of the this sort of thoughts out and try to distill like, okay, what are the action steps from here? But I realized like you're so heavily invested into my life. And also, even if I start doing this stuff alone, start shifting my schedule, start shifting my flow, workflow, and all these things, if I don't involve you or tell you why I'm doing those things, you may feel isolated. You may feel that, like,
Yeah, I really appreciate that.
that's not a question. Stick to your questions.
But you are not answering my questions.
Okay.
That's the problem. I asked like 5 questions, no
Okay.
answer.
Hey.
Like the teacher, like, oh, so sir, what's the answer? Like, no, you have to read the book, like from here to there.
I'm getting there.
Okay.
So the reason that I really like at some point I felt like it would be too much to share with you because I don't think any woman, let me not say that, because I want to be strong for you. I want to, even if I don't always appear as if I know where we're going. And it takes a lot to tell you that like I'm needing a different path.
Space.
Yeah, well, I don't want to say like more headspace, more of like workflow stuff.
Okay, let's do a back to back question answer.
Okay,
when you don't know the answer, you do extra.
There was a character, and the character had problems.
Yeah. Okay. How are you doing?
How am I doing? I'm troubled by the potential I'm not tapping into in myself. I feel like I'm living way below,
Are you hungry?
metaphorically or physically.
Answer.
More bothered, but no, not hungry. Bothered. We had lunch, so I don't think she means physically hungry.
What's bothering you? Give 3 reasons.
I feel overwhelmed, busy, and stuck. A lot going on, like a hamster running
Okay.
in a
Let's
circle.
go one by one. No? Why you feel overwhelmed?
Just in the morning when I turn my phone off of airplane mode, it is just like a moment of like, okay, what kind of fires are out there? But of course, at every level you handle fires. But the thing is, like, we are living in such a time where you can actually work on the things that make life fun and engaging, as opposed to the things that you don't want. So we can choose like what feels like play instead of what feels like work. So when I think about that, like in a world where you can make money doing anything, including what I would find to be my ideal career, is living my best life, living a life of true gratitude, joy, of things that are health oriented, that are wealth oriented, that are self growth, that are self exploration, of curiosities and self care and self love, and like just being able to articulate and package a life that is not out of random, like, but rather out of design. And I think if I don't get a hold of this, just like if someone is constantly late for little appointments, for assignments or deadlines or clients and all these things, they're just like constantly like that's the habit of like, I was gonna get to it, but like constantly behind on being on point. That small model is an example or reflection of overall at the end of their life, they're gonna be like, I wanted to do all these things. I was gonna get to it, but now like I don't have time. Like I just need more time. So being able to structure the day, I believe, is the solution to living and making good use of the whole life, because it's like the basic unit of like a reflection of life. So
Wait, why do you feel like your day is not structured? And like, give me specific reason why you can't work
the,
12 hours a day.
one of the big things is knowing what to work on. I can message people like 12 hours a day, but again, I don't want to get good at something I don't want, which is the unscalable thing. What I would like to work 12-hour days on would be creating my story and developing myself. I think there is a huge market for someone who starts to like examine life and say, hey, wait, I know that this is the public success. This is the like materialistic success, and this is the worldly success. But like, okay, I have some of that, enough to appreciate, enough to not be starving. Um, but now, actually, I want to both grow in the wealth direction as I grow in the like meaningful life fulfillment direction. For example, I find the people that make content out of working out, and like trainers, and like they get to focus on their health, which is a huge benefit to them, and they get to make a career out of that. It's not like they're doing one thing for their personal and another thing for their career. It's like aligned. So in a way, it's like if I can take people on a journey.
Do you have any idea how can you make your day better? Like, give me like let me give you an example how to give the answer. If I wake up and see a dog on our corridor, that will make my day better. Like, specific,
Mm-hmm.
simple
Mm-hmm.
answer.
Okay. Specific things. I believe I have to experiment to find that out. There isn't a clear, I know what it is. I know that the path that I'm on won't elevate me to the potential that I know I sense that I'm capable of. Now, what are the first steps that I'd like to experiment on? One is tracking how long I actually sit and work. Two is what I work on. There is so much in the business busyness that makes me feel like I've checked a lot of boxes but not moved forward. Um, okay, so let me put it in a different way. If I can do 20% of maintenance of the things going on in my life and 80% of the experimental stuff from learning, I feel like there's a great revolution happening right beneath our noses, literally on our screens, that is gonna dramatically dramatically changing the world, changing people's lives, elevating, like back in 2000 when people had internet for the first time, those that can understand and be literate in the new uh, intelligent explosion that's happening. You know, last night I looked up the image of the caveman pushing,
What pushing?
a caveman pushing the cart with squared wheels,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and the guy offering the round wheels, and the people were saying too busy. I literally want to get that printed and put up for me to see.
Can I ask you, honey, what are you doing to fix the problem? Let me tell you. When I took science, so there was physics, chemistry, biology, higher math, general math, and all other extra subject. You cannot be good at every subject, but you can be good at on subject.
Okay.
That doesn't mean you should focus on only one subject.
The same way that because of the opportunities of the internet, I don't know why I did that with the internet, it actually exists. I discovered this life of digital entrepreneurship that most of not just my relatives, but people from my same origins, whether it be village, country, beginnings, have not tapped into. Whether they're online on scrolling or something, they haven't realized how to go from a consumer to a creator and a capitalist, the other C word. Now I believe there's another great leap that's happening that I am too busy to pay attention to, too busy to learn. And more than hiring staff, and then I was also thinking about this, like what our staff is doing for us right now could have been done 10 years ago. They're not doing or I'm not leading them and leading us
You know,
to.
do you know even AI needs instruction?
Yes, yes, I do know that. And I do know that AI is not fully ready. It is the new language of opportunity. And I'm still stuck on like what I have known for the past many, many years and still doing that. I'm not like aggressively learning, hiring people that can teach me. Like I'd love to like, oh man, like the thing
Can I ask why?
there's maybe a lot of things that are sitting in my subconscious from one that I can pull on when Alex Hermosi expressed to someone in a crowd on from stage that the reason you're not from 100,000 making $1 million a year and it's costing you $900,000 a year not knowing how to make $1 million. So when we talk about building our portfolio and creating wealth and buying assets, it disturbs me. When I thought about buying Bitcoin or you suggesting us to buy land or gold, those things cannot actively
Make money.
make money.
Or keep
They're at
making
the
money.
mercy of the market. Active income is what drives all the wealth building. And why does this like income thing matter? Because it's not about the money, it's just about having something that allows me to expand myself and engage in something that is meaningful, that is engaging, that feels like video game, that feels like progress on a day-to-day basis. Like I'm craving for that. My psyche is like looking for meaning more than money right now. And if I can harness the meaning, I know the money will come. I think the first or the phase up to this point has been the hunger and drive and the upbringing of not having. that's led me to a point where I needed to work hard to get to this point. And now,
describe your situation as a boat who don't have leash. What's your aim in life? Do
yeah,
you wanna be a doctor?
no. I think in a fast changing world right now, it is so laughable and ridiculous to have
Aim in life?
aim in life. Or aim next year. You don't know what GPT is gonna come out, what sort of virus is gonna be produced, and like there's just so
But I
much
think aim is
changes.
very personal, right?
Yeah, I mean, there is like a north star of like experience the
Aim only makes
highest
sense to yourself.
for the
Like you wanna be what? Like a anchor or a comedian. Some people will be like, how can like what kind of aim is that?
Mhm.
But oh, it will make sense to you. So can I ask, what's your aim for next 2 months? Not no, let's not go for 2 years.
Okay, I love that. I love that. I would love to, I would be proud of a renaissance revolution in my life of intelligence, of skills, of learning, of growth in myself, both in terms of my abstract mindset of training myself to learn
Mhm.
so much, and then on the practical side, like there's just so much going on. There's like a new literacy. For example, um, my parents barely know how to use a computer. Barely. I don't think they could send an email to save my life. I feel like we are also falling behind on a new literacy that is happening.
You are one step already ahead. You know what you want to do or you want to learn.
Yeah,
That's also answered.
yeah.
So next question, are you investing any time to learn? Like in your 24 hours, are you investing 24 minutes to learn?
No.
Can I ask why?
I know it seems easy, like, oh, just carve out time, and it is that easy. I mean, it's simple, but trying to actually make it into the day, I don't yet have a routine or like a flow of doing that. It's sporadic. I'd like to set that up. I'd like to set up how I would a learning environment, uh,
There is no
whether
environment
routine,
for learning.
these sorts of things. How do you learn in
Excuse,
15-minute increments?
excuse,
It's like, sure,
excuse,
you can't learn organic chemistry
excuse,
while you're riding a bicycle.
excuse. Why not? All the excuses, honey. I'm the person who's living with you like past 6 months.
Mhm.
And I'm seeing from the very first day to till now that you are just so sad, so depressed, so and like you are going through anxiety that you know your potential, you're not doing it, you want to learn, but you are not learning. But I haven't seen to take some time out to sit down 1 hour to learn.
And this is why I really considered not involving my wife, but at the same time, no one's gonna tell you.
Yeah, bro. When it comes to like proper answer, you don't like anyone. Like look at me. If I say like I want abs and I still keep eating pizza every day, doesn't make sense. It's like I'm saying just for saying.
There's a great example in my life of something that is going in the right direction, which is I hired someone that is many levels above me in bodybuilding, and they are leading and teaching, and I'm under their guidance to knowing that I'm heading in that direction. There's accountability, there's a partnership, there is a trust in authority. Maybe I can recreate that in other areas of my life.
As example.
Instead of hiring editors to edit that are mid-level, I can hire a very high level, high paying editor to teach me.
Here is the problem. After a certain point, although you can do, but you shouldn't do that work.
Yeah,
You know that?
yeah, I know. But
You can edit a video or you can edit your shorts, but you should not. You should do something that only you can do. Instead of like editing that video, you can take some class where you can learn another language that you really wanted to learn for a very long time.
Russian? Um,
why he's so into Russia.
So we come back to the main heart of the matter, which is for the first time I have a
Everything
unique opportunity. Yeah, just about everything
to sit down and think.
mostly taken care of that I can contribute to. And now I'm left with what do I make of myself? And that is both something to figure out and a wonderful adventure that I wanted you to know what's both bothering me and calling me to move in that direction. I don't feel as pulled to the work that I've been doing for so many years. I see the people in my industry, I see the nature of what's happening in the world, and I'm like, I'm playing in a smaller pond. There's much bigger plays that are a lot more like simple and more controlled. Like I can actually lean into and know that I'm steering the direction of my brand and my future and my story as opposed to being in the back seat. And so, where does this all start? I mean, it starts from this open conversation, but what's next practical step? I also realized something today is that it's in the doing I will realize and learn, not in the thinking. There's no more solutions in my head that AI can't, a conversation with AI can't help to resolve. There's better strategies, better copywriting, better understanding of everything to create an integrated solution. So it's no longer about thinking. Thinking is no longer the limiting barrier to making something happen. Just think about like somebody who's like didn't do well in school, comes from a very like economically disadvantaged family, and they're like, hey, whatever LLM, I'm in this situation. This is what's going on in my life. How do I how do I change this? How do I improve this? And they just turn off their brain. You're like, oh, okay. So what should I do? Okay, I should do this, and I should open this account, and then I should, like, what are you saying? Like, oh, what should I say in the video? Okay, I did that. This is the results I got. Okay, what should I do now? Okay, study this software. Okay, I
Do you
learned.
know who is Boman Irani?
No.
I think you know.
Okay, okay, I might have seen him. I don't know him by
Yeah.
name, but
You know when he started his career in acting,
I'm guessing later in life.
like after 40,
1-4 or 4-0?
40.
4-0.
Yeah. You know what he was doing before that?
No.
Like he was a businessman. Not a businessman. He was a
Oh,
waiter.
waiter
Yeah. At their restaurant or
at the
something.
restaurant he owns.
No, he don't know. Then he started business. Then he realized after all the years that these are not his passion.
Mhm.
His passion is acting.
And then,
Yeah, then he started acting like after like 42 years or something.
like never did acting in his life before.
No. Then he became like one of the most prominent actor in Bollywood. All the like Shah Rukh Khan, Salman Khan has worked with him. He won Filmfare Award. So it's never late. You can just stop, like you said that you did like all of your life
No,
the work, but you
I don't
don't
think.
feel passionate about that
No,
work.
no, no, I don't think I took a wrong path. I'm grateful for the path that's led me to where I am, led me to you, led me to you, led me to you. Um, I just know from here that I could keep swimming in this pond, or I can take a daring leap. Like that, you seen that fish that was in a small pond
Yeah,
and then saw the ocean and just
yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like I'm in that stage, and I think one of the things that I said here that was very practical is the 20/80, the 20% of the maintenance of everything I have going on. In literally like 2 hours, I could take care of, like, let's say I only, like, I give myself 2 hours to do whatever work that needs to be done for the current maintenance of everything that's running from clients to businesses and that sort of thing. And the other 10 plus hours or 8 plus hours can be devoted to learning and teaching what I
And
learned
creating.
and creating. Like
Let's start.
that.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's start.
Well, this is the part of that. That's why I
Yeah.
didn't want to just have the conversation with you. I wanted to also make sure that we document this deep dive into my
Yeah, I
psyche.
really appreciate that these things.
You did something right, Sal. Good job.
Today I went gym without you, so on the way I was
I also
talking.
went to the gym without you.
Okay.
They're gonna think, oh, he was sleeping.
Okay, we
No
have.
wonder he's lost in.
Okay,
Okay, no, I gotta clarify.
so I was talking to Lulu, and I
Lulu's her chat GPT.
yeah.
Mine's Sophie.
Okay, honey. Why is a women's name?
Sophie means philosophy
Anyways,
or wisdom.
so I was talking to Lulu, and I was asking her, like, as we are creating content,
Mhm.
like, you should always be passionate at whatever you are doing.
Mm.
Otherwise, don't do it.
Mm.
So as we are doing it anyways,
Mm.
so how can I gain 100K followers by the 2027? So Lulu said something. It's not impossible. The thing you have to focus on, mostly entertainment, mostly relatable content. Sometimes your some reels, like you are studying something or
Yeah.
gets more views and everything, but you don't gain followers here.
Yeah, it's true.
But when you keep creating related content,
Mhm.
then people start following you.
When you start creating related content,
Yeah. Like the thing you said, when you make videos about a particular company,
Mhm.
some followers
Yeah.
interested in that particular
Yeah,
company, and then you will start making videos about other company.
Yeah.
Then those followers are died. They're like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
no
not
more
related
engagement.
to me,
Yeah.
guys. I need something to do in this life, and I don't want it to be chasing money. And the beauty of the times that we live in right now is that
You can do whatever you want
can-
and still make money.
you can be so authentic to your own creating of the life that you actually want. And by just talking about it, just articulating the relatable pieces of your life. Like today, I don't feel like doing the things that I should do. And that can connect you to other people that also don't feel like doing it. This took some level of courage and vulnerability and openness to discuss with not just you, but more importantly, my wife, who will be a very important part of what becomes of all of this. And I'm grateful for your support as all of the little steps will involve our collaboration. And there's so many ideas that you'd be able to like from the outside. I'm disturbed by the gift that I've been given.
Me too.
No, I of course
He's not making fucking content enough.
we've all
He
been
is not sleeping on time. He's not listening to me.
yeah. Also forgot Valentine's Day.
Also forgot. No, he did it later, but yeah, that's also.
The flowers are on discount the next day. So.
Yeah, bro, how cheap. He was waiting for.
Think with your
That's
heart
great.
and your wallet.
Anyways,
Um,
I don't mind.
My mind now goes into like these different types of people that exist.
Do you think they created their whole aura in few months?
No, exactly. This is what I mean. Like the journey of becoming is, I think, now the content. It's not the in the past it was, are you successful? And now it's like we want to see the struggle of you making it.
Let's struggle together.
All right. This was helpful. I think some of the biggest practical things I got is A, opening up to my wife and coming out of the closet. Two, or B, facing this myself, the reality of what's been making me feel just drained about looking at my day and wondering where the days go by, wondering like what am I looking forward to, if anything, and what needs to change. I feel like stopping everything, but to do what? I think we gained some clarity about the 80-20, 20% of the maintenance stuff and 80% of the new stuff. And continuing the journey of figuring this out together, continuing the journey of learning and discovering how someone goes from this like meandering and wandering to taking all the stuff in my head, putting it on the board and starting to zoom in and hyper focus and find the flow and find the joy of creating something and building a life of design that we can actually look forward to and be so excited to wake up the next day to work on, continue to improve. speaking of waking up, this one
She's
is
like boring.
she already is living the life of her dreams in her dreams. With that, thanks for being here on this very first whatever therapy session.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, we'll catch you on the next.